There's a book sitting in the library right now that nobody on earth can even read. Not historians, not linguists, not cryptographers, and not even computers. And I don't mean like we haven't figured it out yet. I mean we genuinely don't know what it's saying at all. There's no translation, no confirmed alphabet, no agreed upon meaning, and the weirdest part, we're not even sure it was meant for us to understand. Now I'm pretty sure if someone told you that this book was found in like a crashed UFO or something, you just nod and say, yeah, I mean that tracks. This is the Voynich Manuscript. That's a handwritten book, roughly 240 pages long, filled with strange illustrations and flowing text written in a language that doesn't exist anywhere else in human history. The ink is consistent, the handwriting is careful, the pages are laid out like somebody knew exactly what they were doing. This wasn't rushed and this wasn't random. Someone sat down and deliberately created this. And that's what makes it uncomfortable, because whoever wrote it clearly understood it. We just don't. Now, for a long time, people assumed that the Voynich manuscript was a modern fake. It had to be, right? But when scientists finally carbon dated the parchment, the results surprised everyone. Early 1400s, medieval Europe. This thing is over 600 years old, which means if it's a hoax, someone went to extreme lengths to create it, with materials, techniques, and precision that would have been incredibly expensive and time-consuming. Not exactly the kind of prank you pull just to confuse future generations. Now, the manuscript was officially rediscovered in 1912 by a book dealer named Wilfrid Voynich. Now, he found it hidden among a collection of old books inside a Jesuit college in Italy. There's no title, no author, no explanation, just silence. But tucked inside was a letter claiming the book once belonged to a Holy Roman Emperor, and even scholars at that time couldn't read it, which is a terrifying sentence to find inside of a book. Now, at first glance, the writing looks real. There are repeating words, predictable spacing, patterns that resemble grammar. Now, this isn't someone smashing random symbols together. Linguists notice that certain words appear at the beginning of a paragraph, others near the end, just like in real languages. But here's a problem. No known language matches it, no cipher fully explains it, and no one has ever found another example of the script anywhere else. It's like discovering a diary written by someone who lived in a world we never even knew existed. Then there are illustrations. One section shows plants, but not plants we recognize. Their roots twist in impossible ways, their leaves don't match any known species, and some look almost imagined. Another section focuses on astronomy. Stars, circles, diagrams that look like they're tracking movement, but of what? Nobody's sure. And then there's a part where everyone quietly avoids. Pages filled with small, naked figures, mostly women, bathing in green liquid, connected by tubes and poles. I'm pretty sure that's the exact moment historians lean back in the chairs and say, okay, what is this? Now, naturally, some people think the entire thing is a hoax, a very old one, but still a fake. But here's the issue. Fake languages don't behave like real ones. The Voynich text follows statistical rules found in actual human languages. Word frequencies rise and fall naturally. Patterns repeat in ways that don't happen by accident. Now, you can fake nonsense, but you couldn't fake structure this convincingly, especially in the 1400s, which makes this hoax theory feel, thin. Now, over the years, some of the smartest people alive have tried to decode it. World War II codebreakers, the same ones who cracked enemy ciphers, took a look and failed. Modern linguists tried, mathematicians tried, and everyone sort of hit the same wall. Because if this weren't a simple code, it would have been broken by now. Instead, it sits in this eerie middle ground, now too meaningful to be random, but too strange to understand. Now, here's something that still gets me scratching my head. In recent years, artificial intelligence has joined the hunt. AI can usually spot patterns that humans might miss. and it did find patterns, but it didn't find any meaning. Some models suggest the text behaves like a real language. Others think it could be a complex encoding of something, familiar. But there's no clear answer, no breakthrough, just silence. So here's the things get a little interesting. What if the Voynich Manuscript wasn't meant to be read by us? What if it's a mnemonic device, a memory aid for maybe a spoken language? Or, a medical reference only the author understood? Or something maybe symbolic rather than literal? In other words, what if the meaning died with the person who created it? I'm pretty sure that idea is way more unsettling than sort of any conspiracy. Now, we all know history isn't just a straight line. Knowledge doesn't just move forward. Sometimes it disappears. Libraries burned, traditions vanish, and entire systems of understanding get, erased. Now, what if this book is a survivor of something we no longer remember? Now, it's a fragment of a forgotten way of thinking, found without instructions. Now, the Voynich Manuscript matters because it reminds us how fragile knowledge really is. Something can survive physically, but be lost intellectually. We have the book, we just don't have the context. And without that, it might as well be written by ghosts, to be honest. Maybe the Voynich Manuscript isn't broken. Maybe we are. Maybe we're standing in front of something meaningful and don't even realize it. I'm pretty sure some things aren't meant to be solved, and this just might be one of them. I keep thinking about the moment someone last understood this book. Not when it was discovered, not when scientists studied it, but the last night it actually made sense. Someone sat down, opened it, and didn't feel confused at all. They didn't see mystery, they didn't see nonsense. They saw instructions, ideas, meaning. And then at some point, the person closed it for the last time, not knowing they were the final one. Centuries pass, empires rise, languages change, people forgot how to read things their grandparents once understood. And this book just waits, quietly surviving fires, wars, relocations, hands it never belonged to, every generation opening it and thinking the same thing. This must mean something, but no one ever quite gets there. That's the part that messes with me, because it means knowledge doesn't disappear all at once. It sort of thins out. It loses context, and it becomes symbols without a voice. The Voynich Manuscript isn't unreadable because it's broken. It's unreadable because we're separated from it by time, by missing steps, by things we didn't even realize we lost. And once you sit with that long enough, you start noticing other things in history that feel the same way. Objects that shouldn't exist yet, machines that understand more than they should, knowledge that appears without a clear origin. The Voynich Manuscript might just be the quiet version of a much bigger problem. Because the next thing we're talking about wasn't found in a library. It was pulled from the ocean. Broken, rusty, and somehow smarter than the people who discovered it. Now, if this book is something we forgot how to read, then the next object is something we forgot how to build. And I'm pretty sure that's where this story really starts. Thanks for sticking around for part 1 of 4. I hope I see you in the next one. Peace.